Hello Capricorn, Capricorn Rising, and Capricorn Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting July 24th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Capricorn people out there, if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, you guys are already a day ahead of me making this, West Coast, US and Canada time. So planets don't move according to Gregorian calendar. They don't care about the Gregorian calendar. They don't care about the calendar system at all. So, make sure to adjust for that. If something happens on Monday here, it may very well be happening on Tuesday over there. Especially for those of you that, do live, over half a day ahead of us over here, in say, North America and all of that. So just a quick reminder, that'll apply to any horoscope you get anywhere, okay? Also, I've got a little update and a little announcement for everybody. If you have made a purchase of the Tarot Home Study course, or you're thinking about purchasing the Tarot Home Study course, I'm actually going to be adding some extra little things to that Home Study course. So again, remember the links to the Dropbox. I'm actually putting more material in there for you, a couple more spreads, and I'll be adding little things to that every now and then over time and making announcements. So it's almost like you purchased a membership to something that you only paid for once. And of course, if you do want to hop in on this opportunity, you can just go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you would go to get a session with me. So what is going on with your astrology this week anyway? Well, on Monday, we've got Venus, planet of love and harmony, in your 6th house of work and reputation, forming an opposition to Saturn, currently retrograde in your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And Venus opposed to Saturn is a very interesting thing because I tend to see a lot of buyer's remorse kind of energy. But in this case, there's going to be a pressure on Monday to finally debut something that you have taken way too long to debut. What have you been taking too long to embark on, Capricorn? What have you been putting off? What has, life or spirit or whatever been pushing you to do that you've been too much of a nitpicky perfectionist about? And I can say that I'm a Virgo, earth signs, we're alike in that way. What have you been a bit too obsessive about or compulsive about? Got that too. And, where have you been maybe, waiting to debut or embark or commit to this thing? To the point where, our window is almost closing. Get it, whatever this is, whether it's a work project or something in your spiritual life or something with, training, publishing project, whatever it is, it needs to come forward, or at least the first steps need to be taken this week, okay? On Wednesday, we've got the Sun forming a tight conjunction to Mars in Leo, in your 8th house of shared resources and passive income. And there may be a fight that needs to happen. And this can be a fight that absolutely does need to happen. That's what the Sun conjunct Mars is all about. Mars is about action, energy, passion, and the Sun will bring a reward for this. And this has to do with maybe a fight over fairness when it comes to money. Money that you share with people, whether it's a business project, whether it's with roommates, loans, and borrowing, debts, and things along those lines. There may have to be a fight over something that is owed to you that you have not actually asked for, or maybe it's been taking too long to get paid back. This is already something somebody owes you. It's one of those situations where it's like, say somebody owes you $500 and they keep telling you they don't have it, and they don't have it, and they don't have it. And yet, a week later, it seems like they just got done with a big shopping spree and they have a brand new phone and all kinds of those things. Where has a person not necessarily been dodging you, but been way too absent-minded in this way, then there may be a quarrel about that. And it's something you have to have, because you can win. So what's going on with your cards? Well, for your spiritual advice, we have the card of the Crane, okay? And the Crane, in your spiritual advice, is basically saying, how do you maintain yourself in a precarious or uncertain circumstance? How do you not let yourself succumb to the influences, the energies, and the social pressures of the environment around you? How do you stay above herd instinct? How do you stay above misappropriating other people's emotions and energies? Because the Crane is a wonderful, I guess you could say, example of that. it can stay dry while being, in the water. It can, it doesn't have to get its feathers wet if it doesn't want to. It can stand in both worlds at once. If you have to walk into an area that's a bit messy, a bit muddy, or his emotions are out of whack and, they're kind of popping off and all kinds of stuff, how do you keep yourself in a space where, again, you're not picking up on and carrying those energies with you? And I don't care if you're an empath or not, you have means of taking care of that. And this week there is going to be a big focus on making sure that, again, you don't get hijacked by environmental or atmospheric crazy. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we do have the High Priestess reversed. Be careful about acting on bad advice that comes this week. The High Priestess reverse can indicate somebody trying to actually tell you to do something that is beneficial for them and disguise it like it's beneficial for both of you when it comes to either where you put your money, what business priorities you put first, or whose loyalties you're actually giving your energy to when it comes to working at the office. More often than not, the High Priestess reversed is basically saying here, this is somebody who is going to be offering you, I guess you could say, special intel that is not really special and not really accurate. Whether this is somebody who's helping you try to get a job, this could be a recruiter who's actually giving you the false impressions, maybe not telling you exactly what job you're applying for or what's required of you. This could be, again, a member of the personnel at the office, or even an accountant who is basically I don't know if they're trying to take you for a ride or do anything outright deceptive, but they are absolutely they don't know what they're talking about, and there may be a pressure to follow along, but you might want to just watch them sit and spin for a little bit. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Three of Swords upright. And you may actually take action this week that will have a friend or a relative feel very betrayed. This may be a situation where you're no longer handling him or her with kid gloves. And if a person has issues, we'll just put it that way. Sometimes we do go out of our way to be sensitive, be understanding, and be careful with those issues. But if it comes to the point where it's just damning the life of yourself and everyone around you, not exactly, we've gone beyond being considerate, and we've gone into, worship, it seems. And the Three of Swords upright is basically saying, again, this may actually be a conflict or an argument that we can't avoid. If he or she starts to feel betrayed or abandoned or anything along those lines, yes, do what you can to correct that misconception so things don't get out of hand. But also, at the same time, don't take what you're putting on the table off the table. Because sometimes people act out just to end the difficult conversation. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Ten of Swords reversed. Second chances and second opportunities are going to be coming your way, and you may not necessarily feel like you are ready or wanting to give a person a second chance when they are giving you a second chance. Or maybe you don't want us to take a second chance that is being given to you, dear Capricorn. Well, maybe you want to. The Ten of Swords reversed does often indicate a situation here where, this second chance is here because this chance is meant for you. And while you may feel like, okay, you know what, no, I'm over it, I moved on, I'm preoccupied with this other thing, I can't do this now, I don't want to do this now, the timing's all wrong, maybe you want to be a bit more open-minded in this case, because it does look to me like this Ten of Swords reversed is offering you a second chance that you're meant to grab. For your emotions with water and, your romantic life, we do have the Five of Wands upright. Looks like you may be actually fairly inundated when it comes to potential romantic opportunities this week, Capricorn. And usually that comes because the Five of Wands upright talks about competition or people competing for you. And you may be finding that you are pulled in multiple directions. Those of you who are single and looking may actually meet several different options at once. And the Five of Wands upright says maybe you want to let the process of elimination work for itself here, especially if they're all brand new. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Five of Wands upright does indicate that you and your partner may actually be finding yourselves in a situation where other people are kind of competing with the two of you as a couple. Whether it's a keeping up with the Joneses kind of situation, it's another couple in the family, it's another couple in the neighborhood. There seems to be some kind of fun bonding opportunity, you know, almost like a couples war or a couples competition going on this week. But the interesting thing about this is this is a wonderful therapeutic opportunity and bonding opportunity for you and your sweetheart. So, that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.